know I'm recording now, don't you,
music.
PP?
Wait, where's Megan?
We lost Megan.
She's trying to figure out how to shut off her notifications.
We could
I
talk
did that.
nasty about her right now.
I can hear you.
Oh,
There you
okay.
are.
Hello, everyone. Laura here with Joyful Miles. And look, the whole gang is here. Yes, we're having some fun tonight. We were having a meeting talking about some blog business since our blog is now, 3 months old or a little over, something like that. So we thought that we would put the record on and have some fun. So everyone say hi. And since this is the first time that we've done this, why don't you just introduce yourself and say where you're from and all that good stuff. Starting with Megan, since you were on the left.
Oh, I was wondering who was going first. So I'm Megan. I'm from Pennsylvania. The Northeast contingent of all of us are represented here on this video. And I guess my big piece is I classified myself as the person who needs to get her act together. So that is me, and getting my act together in advance of the Disneyland half. So we're a little behind on training. We're going.
Oh,
we'll be
there.
Good,
girl. You're good. And there's our guy in the middle. He's so brave.
I'm the token male.
Yes.
He's a testosterone. He's going to cover stuff like nipple shaping.
We have to expand our demographic a little bit. Yeah, so my name is Robert, obviously, and I'm from Methuen, Massachusetts. And I don't really know what I bring to this party, but...
You bring yourself.
I bring myself.
You bring the Boston attitude.
My what?
Your Boston attitude.
I brought my Boston attitude, and hopefully not the accent. I try to leave that.
Oh, I like the accent.
I think the accent's awesome, so...
Yeah.
You don't have to hear it all day. The part that's annoying is, you could be, 3 hours from Boston, and people ask you where you're from, and they say Boston, and they try to have the accent. So it's like...
It's like the poser accent.
Exactly. It's not that true, in the hood from where I'm from.
You just said you're from the hood?
From the hood. Is that not appropriate? I'm sorry.
See the gangsta of the group.
I'm not throwing gang signs here.
Should we have a song, like our gang song?
Jackie Girly, where are you from?
Hi, everyone. My name's Jackie, and I am from Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I bring. I just bring music to the group. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Obscure
It's probably
80s references.
80s, yes, 80s music.
Yeah. I'm probably like the least athletic out of all of us, so I'm like the turtle of the group, the slowpoke.
Not anymore.
I am getting faster though with these daily runs, I have to say, but but then again, I haven't pushed myself longer, so that will change that.
Oh, for our viewers here, Jackie is on day what?
20.
Day 20 of a challenge where she is running 2 miles every day, and she's really kicking butt on that. So we have a post that she wrote up this week. I will put the link below in case anyone wants to check it out. But yeah, so you're doing great.
So I read your post today, Laura. It looked really good. So I think there's a lot of really good things that we want to do, but I do know that there's some controversy around some of it.
Yeah, there is some controversy.
Well, Laura, I want you to know I agree with you.
It's because
So
we're right.
I'm on Team Laura. What about you, Megan?
Oh, pressure.
You know what I was just going to say could be interpreted really poorly. So I was going to say I could go either way on the comment. So we're just going to go with the fact of let's just throw it out there. And I could go either way on Tower of Terror. What I like about Tower of Terror at Disney World is the fact that you never know what you're going to get. Just like Forrest Gump says in a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get. Okay, it's getting late and that's digressing. But get the point about Tower of Terror was the icon. So I understand, I read all the blogs, and I under the other piece of it is I understand that it, from a business standpoint, there's the whole iconic standpoint, and then there's the business standpoint. So Disneyland is going with some business piece, but Robert, recently has some comments about Tower of Terror in Disneyland and it not being his favorite ride in comparison to Disney World. So I'll let him throw it out there.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to go let my dogs in because they're going crazy right now. So why don't you let everyone know what we're talking about here? Hold
They're in
on.
my camp, I think, Laura. I think that's what it is. They're trying to voice their opinion. For the uninitiated, for those that don't know, Tower of Terror is without a doubt the greatest attraction ever in Walt Disney World. It's by far, it's the best. I mean, as you walk down Sunset Boulevard, it just looms over you. You know, it's at the very end. It's got the greatest themed lobby area, cool pre-show. And the coolest thing about the ride is, like Megan said, you never know what you're going to get. It's got random drop sequences. It has this whole fifth dimension where the elevator actually moves forward. And, you know, through this corridor of all these weird, wacky things. And that's all stuff that California Adventure does not have. I think beginning with it, the area it's in is kind of weird. It's supposed to be old Hollywood, but it doesn't really work there. As an icon, I think it looks terrible. It looks kind of goofy, if you ask me. It's not very scary looking. It's not as ominous as the one in Florida is. And the whole fact that you miss that whole fifth dimension scene, which totally makes the ride. You know, and it just adds that anticipation. It's just an elevator ride. It goes up and down. That's it.
But it's still going to be the same ride, even if it's Garden of Galaxy. What is it called? Gardens of Galaxy.
Gardens of the Galaxy, yeah.
Galaxy.
I applaud them for doing something, for trying to do something with it. I don't, because I mean, I like, clearly they want to get a Marvel presence in the parks, and they've attached themselves to the Guardians because it was one of those weird hits that nobody expected to be, and it's one of those properties that they can kind of get away with because Universal doesn't own anything to it. So I think it's an interesting, if you look at what the backstory is going to be. Have you guys seen the movie?
Yes, I love the movie.
Okay. All right. So, you know, it's going to spin off the whole, you know, the Collector, if you know that scene, Benicio del Toro. You know, you walk through like his area, you know, where he's got all his exhibits, and the Guardians are captured in there. Plus, if you look at what the outside's going to look like after, it's much better. It looks way cooler. Like I said, I think as an icon right now, it's kind of lame. So that's just my opinion.
Well, you know what? You made a good point. I was indifferent. As I said, I'm on Team Robert right now.
Okay, here's the thing. When I went to California Adventure for the first time, I mean, I don't study all this stuff. Everything was so new to me. So when I went on Tower of Terror, I was expecting it to be like the one in Florida. And it scared me. The guy was like, the man's voice was so much scarier in California, so it freaked me out. And then all of a sudden I dropped. Like, I was expecting to move forward, and I didn't. And it scared me. So I had like an awesome experience there.
I love the ride. Right.
Yeah, I really was like, to me it seemed more like a scary ride versus Disney World's like more like a little more, I don't know, it felt more tame actually.
I don't know. When I think of California and Disneyland, I could probably name 20, 25, maybe 30 attractions before I'd even list Tower of Terror as things that would bother me if they changed. Like, I don't understand the loyalty to this attraction out there. I don't get it.
I think because
there's
it's so
many
original.
other cool things out there.
It's so original. There was like really no movie with it.
Yeah.
There, not until later. Like Peter Pan's from Peter Pan. Splash Mountain's from, you know.
Yes, but
Song of the South. But like Tower of Terror was just like this original, amazing thing. Yeah. And I love like the bellhops, and I just love it.
It's iconic. It's so iconic.
I love it.
As far as Disney World, I think it is the best themed ride in Orlando.
Hands down.
Although Harry Potter, I'm sorry, I love Universal just as much. That's really creeping in on there. But I think that's, from my standpoint, is the loyalty to that awesomely themed ride and how they tried to mimic it over at Disneyland. And it's still a fun ride. I like it. And it just seems like Disney is trying to compete with Universal and be like Universal, and they just need to stay Disney. That's what we all fell in love with them, is because they were Disney. I mean, now they have Star Wars coming in, and don't get me wrong, I love it. I love Star Wars, but it's just, you know, it's Disney. Don't try to be Universal.
What's the other one with the blue people? Avatar.
God.
Avatar.
Ugh.
If
They're
you have to like
reactionary
do
now.
movie centric and like not Disney, and that's kind of what Universal is, and like they're different. It's apples to oranges. That's how I look at it.
Well, if we're discussing differences from parks to parks, so I think one of the biggest differences is in California. Those parks, I think, in some respects, those cast members get way more into their part, and it could just be because we're closer to LA and to the whole acting community that's completely trying to make it. But last time I was there for Tinkerbell, it wasn't this year, it was 2 years ago. Well, I guess a little over a year. It wasn't in 2016. I mean, I just remember our character interaction with Cruella de Vil. I mean, she was not to be controlled, shall we say. And so it was probably the best character interaction I've ever had. They get way more into their character because I think in some respects it's freer. And by what I mean,
you could totally tell the cast members in California have way more freedom. I think they don't have the college program, and that is so rigid, and they are so strict. They can't go off like script at all, where like they have locals there, and they're just, it's a job, and so they get, I think, definitely more personal with you. Do you think that? And like they talk about things you would never hear cast members in Disney World talk about.
Right. Because I think, well, California's a different place, so which is good. It gives and that's why it's hard to compare the parks, because when somebody asks you which one you like better, yes, some people definitely, overall the experience with Disney World, I think if you talk about races going to Disney World versus Disneyland, I think the biggest piece with Disney World is that you make it this huge long destination piece, and you can't finish everything or accomplish everything in like 2 or 3 days, where Disneyland, for the most part, you can, because everything's so close together, you can get more from one place to the other. And it's the same from a race perspective.
Anyone tried the Monte Cristo yet? Or was it Crisco or Cristo? Or has anyone tried that yet? I don't even know what it is, but it looks amazing.
I've had Monte Cristos, just not at Disneyland.
Wait, what is this? What is it?
It's a deep fried sandwich.
With syrup.
Like ham and cheese. It's like a French toast almost.
Do they have bread and butter?
What?
Is this at a restaurant?
Yeah, it's at the Carnation Cafe.
And it's also at Blue Bio.
Do they have a bread basket for me?
In what?
Do they have a bread basket?
Probably.
Okay, good.
Wait. You gotta let our viewers know about the bread basket here, so they're not gonna understand that.
There's a lot of things we're gonna have to explain.
I'm the picky one. Do we all got poppers?
I have a 4-day, so I have to go at least somewhat on Thursday, at least to maybe see Paint the Night parade. Did you guys know that they're going to discontinue it before I sent you that link?
I didn't see that yet.
It's like the best parade I've ever seen, and I'm not a parade person.
It's a fantastic parade, and you and we had like the best view.
The teacups.
We were riding the teacups with a couple of our friends, and there was like no line. And we were right there swirling and teacupping right by the parade. So we rode it like how many times? Like 6 times?
I think it was like 6 times we went on the freaking teacups.
And it makes me nauseous, but we could not stop. It was fantastic.
It was great.
Well, if this isn't awkward, my apologies for going big screen on you all of a sudden. It's late at night. I am editing the video, and I realized that I accidentally deleted a lot of our footage, including the outro. So I am on my own for that one, which I didn't want because now you can clearly see that I am makeup free and looking rather tired. But thank you so much for watching. And we want to know, what's your thoughts about Disneyland retheming the classic Tower of Terror? Are you with Jackie and I and think that it should be left alone? Or are you with Megan and Rob and like the change that's coming into it? Have you tried the Monte Cristo? Because I really want to know if it's as good as the food bloggers say. And let us know what you think about Paint the Night parade being taken out. Why? It's a gorgeous parade. Anyway, please give us a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe to get more updates. Who knows, maybe we'll make this a weekly feature where we get together and chat. We can call it Joyful Jabber or something like that. No, that's not good. Okay, you're right. If you have any suggestions on what we could call this weekly feature, please leave it in the comments below. And if you have any questions, if it's about Run Disney or running or fitness or anything, please let us know by asking your questions in the comments. We would love to answer any of your anything you have. Also, be sure to check out our other social media sites. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, everywhere. Also, give our blog a look. We have lots of articles on running and fitness and goals and tons of recaps for Raiden Disney races. So be sure to check that out. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a joyful day. There's Bob in the sweater already. Mom, spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface it looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But the whole crowd. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna lose.
Wait,
people
who's
if I
from the
do
hood?
that.
Wait a minute, what?
What?